Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. This is a weekly reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So, with unawakened in fear, that tells me that you're fearing a decision. You're not realizing what you really need to do. You're letting your pride and ego get in the way. Understanding and grief. You need to understand that even though this is going to hurt someone else or hurt your own ego, this is something that needs to be done because you're going to be admired. That's justice underneath there. I don't want to take too many cards because if you get too many, it just leads to too much confusion. So let's keep these here so I can see what's going on. All right, let's see what we get from the tarot. Angels, divine spirits, and guides, I invite you now to come in and help me deliver messages to the zodiac sign of Gemini. You need to have the strength to do something, Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Gemini, angels, there you are. 10 of Swords in reverse. That's nice. Looks like you're becoming unstuck and you're making a recovery about something. Gemini, angels, 9 of Wands. Y'all might have to fast forward through the shuffling because, and there's Gemini again. 5 of Cups is in reverse too. All right, what do we got? Somebody owe you an apology? Or are you just, hold on, that's an awful lot. All right, we'll take them. 1, 2, 3. Well, look at that outcome. Queen of Pentacles with the 10 of Pentacles. Well, I like your outcome. There's more being stuck. But that is your energy once again. 8 of Swords. I guess you're, used to seeing them cards come up a lot. Let me straighten my cards because we all know I have to have them straight or I can't think. I can't see who's looking at who and who's doing what. All right. So your overall energy, Gemini, is the 8 of Swords, which is Gemini energy. So that tells me that you're feeling stuck, you're feeling trapped, you're feeling helpless in a situation. The 8 of Swords represents someone who is a victim of mental madness. I feel like there's a disagreement here with another person about something that you want to do. The first card that you have for your past is the Hangman in reverse, sign of Pisces. So I feel like you've done a lot of thinking about something and you were stuck in something, but you want to become unstuck. You've been enlightened about something. You have figured out exactly what you want to do, but there's another person here who thinks that you're making a big mistake. They think that you should slow down. They think that you're rushing. They think that you're being impatient. This is either a lover, someone you're in a relationship with, or it could be a family member. No matter what you have said to this person, you've tried to express your point of view, but this person just doesn't want to listen. But I feel like this may go into an extra day for you. Is going to be a very significant time for this to happen. I do feel like it's an argument, but the next card that you have is the 10 of Swords in reverse, sign of Gemini. So you were stabbed in the back. There was some type of betrayal here that made you make the decision that you're making. And you want to put an end to this pain, this sadness. You want to come back to life. You don't want to stay stuck where you're at. And this other person just needs to understand that. Let's move this over here for a second because I know you can't see them. I'm going to try and put them in the... I feel like I'm losing space. Anyway, they are the one that is unawakened. And they are allowing their pride and their ego to get in the way. Very clear. They are sad and afraid about this decision that you have made. However, you're going to be just fine. I also feel like this could be someone that you really love or someone that you admire. I feel like you admire this person's opinion, which is causing you to be a little bit confused about the decision that you're making. This person isn't being supportive. With the Nine of Wands, sign of Sagittarius, being in the reverse, I do feel like your decision could be a little impulsive, but I'm also feeling like it's time for a change. You want to start healing from being stabbed in the back, from an injustice, from something that somebody did to you. I feel like there's a third party here because I feel like you're in a good, stable relationship with this person. You probably even live with them, or you're just very close to them. But the Nine of Wands is about somebody who's wounded, exhausted. They've been betrayed too many times. I feel like you're saying that something's not happening quick enough. And this other person is saying like, wait, slow down. Don't get crazy here. But you're on the right road. You're on the right path, Gemini. By what this person is saying to you, they're getting inside your head. And it's making you hesitant in your decision. You're like letting your guard down. You're not being cautious, which is fine because I feel like you're doing the right thing. I do. That could be what this other person is saying to you. You need to be more cautious. You need to think this through. We come into your present and we do have the Lovers, which is also the sign of Gemini, in the upright position. So I feel like your relationship with this person is okay. But also know that the Lovers represents a decision as well, a head over heart decision. So I do feel like you're using your head here. You could have received an offer of employment doing something that you love. So maybe you do want to follow your heart. I just keep getting the feeling like this relationship is fine. This other person isn't realizing the potential that something has, or how determined you are to do this and be successful. I mean, look at this outcome. The Five of Cups, sign of Scorpio, is in the reverse in the center of the reading. That's about healing, letting go of past hurts, making a recovery. It also represents realizing that those two full cups were behind you the whole time. I also feel like you are realizing that this person isn't going to agree with you, no matter what you say. They don't want to hear it. I feel like you should not listen to their advice. Very important. This person is bringing you down, Gemini. They are probably jealous and being childish. There's a chance that you could even be letting your ego getting in your own way because of what this person is saying. Maybe they're right. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I'm going to fall flat on my face. I'm going to tell you this. Somebody is very envious of what you're doing. I feel like you're taking a risk or taking a chance or being impulsive, but it's because you've been hurt. You know, when these things happen, that's why the Tower comes in. If someone did betray you or did some type of injustice to you or even lied to you, it's time for you to move on. With 3 of your major arcanas being in the reverse position, I feel like you're starting to question your divine guidance. This is about like feelings not being reciprocated, but I don't feel like it's a relationship. I feel like it's a disagreement. They just don't feel the same way that you do. They don't feel the passion that you do or the love that you do. They're very worried. They're very worried about this decision that you made. And they think it's a bad decision. It's almost like somebody's saying to you, don't you realize what a big mistake this is? And you're like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Look what you're going to be. 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Opening your own business, perhaps. Buying a home. Being admired, being successful. Once again, this bringing balance here. Look, it's family. You're doing the right thing. Somebody just doesn't think that you are. This person's not going to change their mind, Gemini. But anytime the 8 of Swords is here, you have the power to free yourself from this situation, regardless of what other people say. I know this was in your last reading. Don't listen to the haters. It's still the same energy is coming up for you. This person is still around. And it's because of what I said. They're not going to change their mind. The first card that you have for your future is the Tower in reverse, which is the sign of Scorpio. So it's like you know that the tower is eventually going to fall, so you're avoiding the disaster by getting out of the situation now. You know that there's going to be another injustice. You know that this person's going to stab you or betray you again. And this person that you're arguing with or discussing this with just needs to realize that. It's like, don't you realize how unfair I'm being treated? I need to heal from this. And they don't want to hear it. They don't agree. And you're trying to get them to agree. Can you just look at things from my point of view, my perspective? Could you just agree with me? But they're afraid. And they're making you afraid because they're unawakened due to their pride and ego. That's a big, big card here. They need to understand. Very important that what you're doing is the right thing, Gemini. The Tower in reverse is someone who is resisting a change, and you need to just let it happen. Somebody is literally trying to stop you from moving on to something better because of pride, ego, jealousy, and envy. It's all over this reading. If this is a relationship and you're trying to break up with someone, they're trying to talk you out of it. The Justice card, sign of Libra, just tells me that this is out of balance. You also have the Temperance card in reverse here, which is the same thing. So it's 2 people not agreeing, not getting along. But it's like you're stuck and you can't manifest because of this situation. Once again, I feel like they're keeping you from manifesting this 10 of Pentacles. This person is just causing unnecessary drama. That's what I'm hearing. And it's making you worried. This could have something to do with a family business. Someone maybe even going out on their own. Home-based business. I'm also getting to a little bit of a different story. There may also be a person here that you've reached out to try and heal a relationship. This is someone that you love. And this person is ignoring you. And it's so unfair. I feel like you've apologized, you've messaged them, you tried to heal this many times. Once again, family member or a past relationship. You want to be in agreement, you want to be on the same page, you want to heal. It's like they don't care. You're just going to have to move on without them. Because this person Because it's like you let your guard down to try and heal this and have someone see something from your point of view. Can we please heal? I'm sorry, whatever. And then they're just not responding. And you need to let this tower fall and free yourself. With the pride and ego card, once again, I feel like somebody's saying, I'm right. No, I'm right. No, I'm right. And then you're just saying, like, can't we just agree to disagree and move on from this? This could either be an older man or even a child. But you're fine, Gemini. With this Magician card here being attached to the Gemini and then the Virgo here, this is Virgo Gemini energy, especially if you have any earth in your chart. I definitely feel like this is you. And I feel like you're just going to have to be fine all by yourself. But when I look here, I'm still getting these three people. There's like, you're in a stable relationship and maybe having a disagreement with your partner or significant other. But there's a third person here who has betrayed you. And either they really admire you or you really admire them. There is love here. But somebody's just not agreeing, not speaking. I think if that's the case, you should just give up on this relationship, because this person, once again, I'm getting no balance. They're not going to change their mind. Let's pull a couple Kipper cards. See what we get. Angels, divine spirits, and guides, I invite you now to come in and help me deliver messages to Gemini. What does Gemini need to know about this reading on the table? Show them the message. Bad health. You're making yourself sick over something. Can we have 2 more cards, angels, please, for Gemini? Work. Skilled work. One more. Somebody's exhausted. I just heard exhaustion. I can't do this anymore. All right. That's an awful lot. I don't like taking too many cards. Unexpected income, great fortune after the change, obviously. I knew this was business. Somebody has skills. Somebody is blocking your manifestation. You have really good stuff coming in, Gemini. Unexpected income, great fortune. Your ending is the 10 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. But there needs to be a change. You need to end something first. Whatever it is, you have the power to free yourself, to bring in this Magician. What's on the bottom? Adjudication, decision. 3 people again. Well, we'll see what the guardian angels have to say for advice. But I think that you need to let this tower fall in order to bring this in. Even though somebody else is upset and afraid, or making you upset and afraid by what they're saying, because they're not being supportive and they're not listening to your point of view. Somebody has a lot of potential here for something. Angels, divine spirits, and guides, what advice do you have for my Geminis? Show Gemini the advice they need to follow. We're not getting any advice today. These cards have really been giving me a hard time lately. All right, I'm going to take that one because it was flipping. 3 of Pentacles. Your passions will lead you to your divine life purpose. Do what you love and have confidence in your talent. Somebody's talented here. Learn everything there is to know about your interests by taking classes, getting a mentor, or teaming up with like-minded people, and allow your creativity to soar. We're going to take one more. 3 of Pentacles is Capricorn. High Priestess. You are a very intuitive person. Hold on. Put that up there. And there are many wonderful insights that lie waiting inside you. Take time to be quiet and reflect upon the desires of your heart through meditation or prayer. There's no need to take action right now. Be patient with yourself. So with it saying that, I feel like you need to do some meditation or ask the universe for answers. Is someone questioning what their talent is or afraid that they won't be successful? You're going to be successful. I clearly see that. But it looks like you're stuck in a decision. Should I manifest or should I stay where I'm at? And they're telling you to follow your heart. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Action. What a wonderful experience for you. Your project will be a total success, bringing awards, promotions, and other recognition for your effort. Well done. If someone who can help you offers assistance, know that this person is heaven sent and say yes. So that is victory, success, public recognition. You will be admired. You will be successful. You will have everything that you need. And this other person who is disagreeing with you or arguing with you just needs to understand that you have all the tools you need to do this. With the High Priestess and the Magician here, this could be spiritual abilities, but that's about going with your gut, following your instinct. You know what to do, Gemini. Trust yourself. What are you feeling? Because your instinct is dead on. You know that you have a lot of potential to go down this new path, this new road, to make this change. Let the tower fall. Let it happen. I feel like somebody needs a break here. There's a lot of exhaustion and tired of arguing, tired of trying to get this person to listen to you. I am going to leave that there, Gemini. Good luck with your situation. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon.